Hello there. Today we're going to talk about the Bandai High Definition Ultimate Legends Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer. Now, in response to one of my latest reviews, namely the McFarlane Toys Kocho Shinobu, which was an okay figure but not good for me, I decided to purchase the much lower costing and more well-received Tanjiro Kamado from the Ultimate Legends series. It's a Bandai Namco figure, so I hear that they have actually pretty good quality. For those who don't know, Tanjiro Kamado is the main protagonist of the manga and anime series Demon Slayer, or Kimetsu no Yaiba as it is known in its native Japan. So let's bust him out of his cardboard prison and get started. In terms of paint and mold detailing, Tanjiro is actually pretty good, especially for this size. His uniform has nice creases and folds like real cloth, as is his checkered patterned jacket. The wrappings around his shoes, which include metallic painted rivets on the back. And there's his tabi shoes and socks, which actually have creases and folds that are meant to be his toes. Very impressive. His head also has very good details on it, from the way his hair overlaps on itself, the scar, which is fairly accurate to the show, and the two earrings on the sides of his head. Dare I say, the details are actually kind of exquisite, especially for this price point. For accessories, Tanjiro comes with two alternate hands. Now, the issue with mine is that the joints, or rather the pegs, seem to be stuck. So it seems like I bought a defective figure in that you can't swap out the hands. Now, I would be complaining a lot more had it been for the fact that his accessories, the alternate hands, are just simple closed fists. They are very nice. I will keep them stored. And also, note how the pegs on these, they're almost like mushroom pegs, and they're actually a lot thicker and appear to be stronger and more robust compared to the McFarlane Toys Shinobu Kocho's pegs. Like I said, I'll keep these. But to me, it seems like I really don't need them, technically, since his real accessories include a hilt without a blade, which simply pegs into the scabbard. Now, it's a bit difficult on this one due to the way the jacket is molded, but it would be positioned like this. And once again, I also will keep this stored, and I really don't need it that much. And the final accessory is his sword. And it slides into either hand fairly easily. I suggest doing it with two hands in order to be more careful. Like so. When it comes to articulation, Tanjiro is quite basic, but welcome. His head can move up and down this far. It looks a bit wonky from the front on mine, especially when he's looking straight forward. The joint is kind of exposed, and it looks like his neck is broken, but so far it's staying on just fine. It's not loose, it's just that it comes down a bit easily, if that makes sense. He can also look side to side. His arms go out like this. Let me straighten out this one. They also have butterfly joints, which can move backwards and forwards slightly, ever so slightly. He has a slight waist joint, but based on other reviews, if you move it any further, it will pop out. His jacket also appears to be on a hinge, which moves up and down slightly. I can imagine this was meant to assist in positioning the sword and the scabbard. Legs kick up this far and kick back this far due to the jacket. And he has a knee bend. He also has quite a good pivot on his ankles. Lastly, his arms can bend this way, and if you just noticed, his arms separate at the bicep joint, but they could easily plug back in. It's kind of an annoying feature, but at least it's fixable. Perhaps you could use some super glue, but I don't want to damage the figure like I did with Shinobu. That is also the reason why I used the hot water trick on Tanjiro's wrists, but that also did not heed any results. For size comparison, here's Tanjiro next to Jakks Pacific Movie Mario, Anime Heroes Nobara Kugisaki, Kingdom Optimus Primal, and last but not least, Kingdom Rat Trap. Overall, I highly recommend this figure above the McFarlane Toys versions. Mostly for quality control. This one has great articulation, okay accessories, and it actually feels fun to play with a little bit, just so as long as you're careful. Tanjiro is a cool character at that as well. I highly recommend watching Demon Slayer, as it is a good anime series and is one of those big ones that are being pushed nowadays. This is Parda Seijin, signing out.